Welcome to the program. The US Senate has passed a contentious $1.5 trillion tax reform bill.
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is passed.
Now, this brings President Donald Trump one step closer to his first significant legislative victory. The bill is the first major rewrite of the tax code in more than 30 years. Now, it'll now be sent back to the House of Representatives for a final vote later on Wednesday.
After 8 straight years of slow growth and underperformance, America is ready to take off. Coupled with the regulatory reforms that have already been implemented by the administration, we now add comprehensive tax reform, major middle-class tax relief, and making our businesses, both large and small, more competitive around the world.
Well, Donald Trump has tweeted about the bill, saying that the United States Senate just passed the biggest in history tax cut and reform bill. Terrible individual mandate, in brackets Obamacare, repealed. Goes to the House tomorrow morning for the final vote. If approved, there will be a news conference at the White House at approximately 1 p.m. That's 1800 GMT. Well, Gabriel Elizondo has more for us from New York.
This tax overhaul bill was extremely contentious, and you could see that when the Senate was finally voting just a little bit before 1 a.m. There were protests that broke out in the Senate gallery, protesters saying, "Kill the bill, kill the bill." In fact, Vice President Mike Pence, who was presiding over the session, had to call the gallery into order several times to have the protesters removed. But nevertheless, the bill will move forward. It did pass by 51 to 48 along strong partisan lines. And this is a huge victory for President Donald Trump and also for the Republicans. It's the first legislative victory from Donald Trump since becoming president. And also for the Republicans, they say that this will spur economic growth in the U.S. for years to come. However, there were protesters, and there are a lot of people in the country that are very much against this bill. In fact, the latest poll showed that 55% of Americans were against it, primarily because they say it is going to mostly cut taxes on corporate America and benefit the top 1% of earners in America at the expense of the middle class and the working poor, because the tax cuts for the middle class and working poor are just temporary and they're eventually going to go away. That's not the case for the corporate tax cuts. Also, this bill will add more than $1.4 trillion to the national debt. What's next? On Wednesday, the House of Representatives will do one final vote on this bill. They actually voted on it Tuesday night. However, because of a provisional mistake, they have to re-vote on Wednesday, but it's expected that once again the House of Representatives will also approve this, at which point it will then go to Donald Trump and he will then sign it.